today or tomorrow.
Unlock the power of cryptocurrency with Orange Brick Road as your guide. The homepage provides an overview of our services, crypto education, consulting, trading, and more. Explore our comprehensive courses tailored for beginners to advanced crypto enthusiasts. Our team of experts offers personalized consulting across all aspects of crypto, including everything from how to purchase your very first crypto coin, the importance of security, reporting requirements, and the latest developments in the decentralized finance world. Join our thriving community, attend events, and work with like-minded individuals. Stay up to date with our blog covering the latest crypto trends and analysis. Get started today by enrolling in a course or booking a consultation. Navigate the crypto world with confidence. Orange Brick Road, your path to understanding.
Hey, how cool is that?
Very, very impressive, Brandon.
Hey,
You should have something for Wealth by Design along those lines. You're ahead of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's going on the website too. This is a quick one. Okay. So anyways, hi everyone. Good if you can join us. If not, obviously this goes up on everywhere, and also I'll be posting it other places as well. All right, today we're joined by Jeff. Jeff, I'll actually do the screen share at the moment. Say hello, Jeff. All right, don't then.
Hello, Brandon. Hello, everybody.
Cool. That's funny. All right. I'm just going to bring up the
Thank you for the invitation.
All right. You can find Jeff on the orangebrickroad.com.au under secured custody, and there he is, handsome young man that he is. All right, mate. As opposed to me sort of blowing wind up the proverbial, I'll just let you take it away about how you a bit about your background, how you got into crypto, and what you're currently doing now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brandon, for the opportunity.
All the news.
Very kind of you to invite me on, and well done on doing a fabulous job with the Orange Brick Road model and platform. Yes, so I had really all my working life as a financial advisor in my own financial planning business based here in Subiaco, and I sold it 2 years ago and took some time off, and then we got back into crypto because crypto, I think, is a very important part of the wealth creation space. If people have got the right guidance and support, it's sort of a classic case of where technology is moving at a pace far greater than regulation. And as a financial planner, of course, you actually can't talk about crypto. It's against all the rules. But as a non-financial planner, I can. I can't give advice because no one can, but at least I can talk about it and run education and training programs and work in with people like the community that you've got with Orange Brick Road. So that's the short story.
Yeah, cool. Because there were some things that were really interesting. I mean, we had a couple of hour meeting yesterday. We actually caught up finally. Because we've known each other for a long time now, but just to learn more about what you were doing. We don't want to have this as a shield session, but you brought up something that it's been playing in my mind, is like how you design people like to lease cars, for example, and offset stuff and do all the things that like traditional crypto. Well, myself, I'm speaking about myself more than anyone else, I suppose. I'd never considered them aspects of saving money is actually making money, you know.
Yes.
So instead of trying to get massive gains all the time, you could probably look around, because it's another conversation we're going to have, another meeting we're going to have, is that you can go through my whole, how I'm doing it with the business, and then actually save me a lot of money going forward. So then I can then reinvest or do whatever I've done. I just never considered it before. So you cover all that as well, yeah?
Look, we do. Yeah, we do. I mean, our financial planning business that was set up in 1995 was a game changer in itself, because it was the first sort of fee-for-service financial planning business in Australia. And it was a strategic planning business as opposed to a product flogging business. And there's a big difference. And so we really sort of started to hone our skills way back then. And there's no difference today. Wealth creation is a combination of a whole range of financial and lifestyle variables, and you've got to be able to tweak the right ones at the right time in someone's wealth accumulation cycle to really add value. And yeah, wealth creation is a combination of keeping your costs under control, managing your cash flows, and having your assets grow at a greater rate than the inflation rate, basically. So
yeah, 100%, and it's sort of something that I kind of liked about you, because like I would say, without I don't know, sort of putting you in a box or something like that, I think your approach, and I don't want to be offensive when I say this, it's just where I see it at the moment, and obviously education could probably change my mind, but you seem to be very conservative. You know what I mean? You're putting like money into assets that are going to grow. It's a wealth thing over time, as opposed to, hey, what's the latest shitcoin? Let's pile a whole bunch of money into there. So you kind of have like people that like are more conservative, like accountants or just business people that don't want to take a lot of risks, just want to have growth, as opposed to at least half of my clients just go, what's the next bloody meme coin? What's the next meme coin? You know what I mean? And you've never got
I know, and it's, yeah, look, it's horses for courses. Nothing's right or wrong. It's just how we roll. And we really get down to the fundamentals, like, you know, do you understand the rule of 72, you know, how long it takes to double your money and things like that. And, and what your asset position is and what your lifestyle commitments are. And you do want to try and craft a strategy. But when it comes down to assets, crypto, well selected. I mean, our crypto investors are actually investors. They're not gamblers and they're not traders.
Yeah.
They know about diversification already, because most of them have been trained, or they're educated, and they've gone and educated themselves, if not paid to be educated by, you know, even people like yourself that specialize in crypto. And so when they buy crypto investments on the only platform that we promote in Australia, they sit there and they hold those assets. They very rarely sell them, and they're sort of in the top 30 of the market cap on CoinMarketCap. Like, there's no meme coins in the top 30 there, because we can argue the use case of these assets. You know, like Chainlink is a classic. You know, it's a sophisticated, highly liquid in the top 30 crypto assets. And the ANZ Bank are now talking strongly about their recent joint venture that they're planning with them to improve the technology of onboarding and offboarding crypto. You would know more about Chainlink than I, but and I think that's where we're at. We're not punters or traders. Our clients.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the trading type. I did try the day trading for a couple of years. The lifestyle doesn't suit me, and I honestly think, you know, staring at ziggly little lines going up and down all day is not really a good use of my time. I put your website up here, the Wealth 99. For some reason, it wasn't included in the newsletter, and also just on a point here, we've got no link to your. Oh, hang on, is that your? Oh, listen, my fault. It is on the website. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So the reason for that is the reason that we're very. I'm only one of 12 people in Australia approved by the board of W99 to educate and give support and knowledge with setting up accounts. So we really make sure we do the education piece before we even worry about the investment side, and that's why this digital assets page on the Wealth 99 platform just deals with a lot of the important things. Like the first thing you've come up there was if you flick back to the digital assets page, we talk about what secure custody is, and just get people's head around that. What's a digital asset? Why is it considered to be the next sort of fifth of the asset classes? Because we know that investable assets globally, are about sort of 450 trillion, and we know that crypto is about 2 trillion, right? in total market cap. It's a tiny percentage.
Yeah, it's minute.
We know that the gold market cap globally is about 17 trillion. And so it's understanding how to diversify those different asset classes into a proper wealth creation strategy in a safe environment.
Yep.
Like most of our clients are pretty smart, and most of the people that you and I deal with are clever. Like they might be great plumbers, sparkies, neurosurgeons, doesn't matter. But when it comes to financial literacy, most people, are found wanting. So as long
I think
as
that's deliberate. I think that's it's ingrained in the education system. They don't want us to
look,
understand.
I don't think there's any doubt in that.
No.
But it's still a fact. And
but when you say secured custody, that means that basically you hold their crypto on your platform that's fully insured.
Yes, exactly. But the reality is about 95% we hold ourselves off platform, which is the reason why BitGo, bitgo.com, the only reputable insurer or custodian of digital assets in the world, run out of New York, are our custodians.
Yep.
So that's why everything is 100% insured on our exchange. So if the company went broke, or it got hacked, then all the assets on our platform, including the digitized gold, silver, and platinum, the native Daxi coin or Bitcoin, and all the rest, there's only about 17 of them, are fully insured.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, excuse me. I'm more not your keys, not your crypto.
Yeah.
But I have clients that I just don't want them to send them to a wallet because they're just not tech savvy, or they don't have the time, or they just don't whatever. So there is a clientele for this where it's just like, okay, cool, I can buy the stuff. I don't have to worry about my self-custody. Don't have to worry about my security. Don't have to worry about my keys getting stolen. Don't have to worry about the hardware wallet. I can just go, okay, cool. And for some people, I actually recommend that.
Good on you.
Yeah,
that's just providing a balanced service, and and it's a good thing, because I mean, I had a classic case of a financial planner introduced me to a client only a few weeks ago, and he had 570 grand's worth of crypto assets, and he had them on an exchange it's constantly hacked, and he had them on three separate wallets, and his financial advisor and his accountant said, for Christ's sake, can you go and try and find somewhere that's safe, because we don't trust you with your external wallets.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so we know how to get all that's in the description, everybody. All them links. Okay, we just fly into the news a little bit. Something really weird just happened. There was a coin, and I didn't write it down or anything. It was massive. This is the Bitcoin bubbles. I like to have a look at this every morning just to see what the market's doing. There was a massive bubble here. It was up 368% or something. And when I came back and I was getting ready to do the live stream, the whole bubble disappeared.
Yeah.
Like I think it's been rug pulled. Hey, it just fully disappeared. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a bubble disappear before, but it literally disappeared.
All those insiders that got in early might have done well, and the rest have got empty wallets.
All the devs just dumped on the market. Okay, cool. So Hex is down a bit, which like everything sort of, except for meme coins. I kind of think it's almost a meme coin cycle at the moment.
Yeah.
WIF's up 15%. Just to go through some basic stuff. If you look at this, is on the 7-day. I think we're holding steady, which I think is good. It's a good cool off period. You've got Sui at 16%, but basically everything's pretty flat or just sort of going sideways. I think this is the point in the cycle where basically I think I hate it when bubbles disappear. That's Lisa. Good day. I'm not sure what bubbles you mean there, Lisa. My mind's going all over the place. Yeah, anyways, there's a good like Polygon Matic. I'm very bullish on that. I know that you only have select amount of cryptos that you guys invest in. What would they be?
Okay, well, the one you just mentioned, our investment community have that on our platform. Polkadot, Chainlink,
Yeah,
Avalanche,
yeah,
Cardano, XRP.
yep,
We've got the two stable coins, USDC and USDT.
yeah. Do you do
Solana,
Bitcoin? Okay.
Bitcoin,
Yeah. Yeah, see,
So
that's solid. That's very, very solid. Like if I was to
yeah,
build, well, I do build portfolios for people and just go, not financial advice, educational purposes only, but, with the amount of money that you've got, this is what I do. That's pretty much the list that I'll put like a conservative guaranteed to sort of, well, not guaranteed, but to go up with.
yeah, thank you. And I think it's important. I had to speak at a lunch the other day, and I said, well, look, I just did some comparisons and asked someone what the market cap of BHP was. No one knew, about 200 billion. What's the market cap of Bitcoin? Oh, 1 trillion or 1.1 trillion. What's the average investment return, including dividends, of BHP for the last 5 years? Oh, around 10%. What's Bitcoin been? Around 45%. What's BHP been for the last 10 years? About the same, about 10%. What's Bitcoin been for the last 10 years? Oh, around 65.5%. So the argument was, well, if you're going to diversify, and maybe it's only 5 or 10% of your total wealth portfolio, then why wouldn't you want to be diversifying in some of these new age assets? So it's a logical question.
Yeah, and I've found that with a lot of stock guys, even my father-in-law, big stock guy, but also real estate people as well. When they're going, this crypto thing, I'm unsure about it. I'm like, listen, just put 5% of your portfolio into it, see how it goes. Because once they've got skin in the game, that's when they actually start to educate themselves. Until they've actually bought their first bit of Bitcoin or some crypto, they forever are standing on the sidelines kind of looking. It's not until they buy it. And like, you'll get, for example, one guy, he just put 5% of his portfolio into it, and then he put another 5%, and then another 10%, and then pretty much about 80% of his portfolio is all in crypto at the moment. But that was over like 2 years. You know what I mean? It wasn't sort of instant. All right, so going into the next article that's on, and by the way, everybody, this is what the newsletters look like. They come out. We have the guest that's coming on, the time, all that with the links, with the social media, where you'll find us. And this comes out once a week, I think on a Friday at about 12 o'clock. And then we do the live stream at 4 o'clock West Australian time, and I have a guest on. Okay, so we'll go into a Ripple. Oh, I remember back in the day, God, I sound old. You can sound old in crypto if you've been in it for 3 years, honestly, because it moves that quickly. I remember back in 2021. But anyways, Ripple, it was, I think 2017, something like that. And it was all this, the whole narrative was, oh, like banks are going to adopt it. It's going to be a payment system. It's going to sort of replace SWIFT and all that sort of stuff. And it was literally just a meme, But it's actually, and like most things that have happened in the last 6 to 12 months in crypto, that these narratives are actually starting to come true, So basically Ripple, I won't read all of this because I can't be bothered. Okay, so the custody business is 250% increase in customer growth year over year. Available in major financial markets, including Switzerland, Germany, France, UK, US, Singapore, and Hong Kong. So pretty much all the big hitters. They're pretty much getting into, and like we were saying before we went live, we could almost have the theme of this live stream and the newsletter of real world assets, So that's basically where it's at. Like they're doing the whole custodial thing with the transaction on the SWIFT network. So I know all you XRP army people out there, I know you're all a bit mental and love your XRP. I've got clients that only own XRP that will not buy another coin. Every other coin's a shit coin. honestly, I'm not that bullish on it. I do own XRP. Yeah, and I've done very well out of XRP. But yeah, this was the narrative of crypto is, okay, is it a meme coin? Is it a utility coin? Is it a real world asset? Does it actually have utility? You know, and I think in this market cycle, a lot of these cryptos are going to get flushed out just on the fact that they don't have utility. But this is about as bullish sign as you can get for Ripple. You guys do Ripple, yeah?
We totally do, you know,
Yeah, cool.
along with Polygon. I mean, it's there. It's in our little bundles. Like we've got what we call a blue chip bundle, and it's all it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink, and it's based on the capitalization of those three assets. Nothing more sophisticated than that. And then there's a blue ocean bundle that's got, you know, Solana and Avalanche and a couple of the others in there. And yeah, so the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that investment return of 100% per annum for the last 3 years is absolutely true. It's a compound annual return of over 100% on the blue ocean bundle. And why? Because one of those 5 assets is Solana. And so our clients started investing in that when it was $2.50 back in October 2020. And that sort of carried the whole lot through. So you can't pick a winner. We don't conform to being able to pick a winner. We just like to diversify.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like everyone's an expert in the bull market. You know, you can pretty much get the top 100 and throw a bloody dart at it, you know, and then you become an expert. But the bundles that you're talking about, which is what I like, that they are conservative, you know, but they are growing. That you're not taking any, well, or always taking some type of risk. But yeah, you basically, I don't know, like, conservative is the best way to put it. But when you say conservative in crypto is 100% gain. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like the gold thing was the other day. I love the gold bugs. Don't get me wrong, and you know who you are when I'm bringing this up. At the seminar, when he said, you know, gold has had a 25% gain year to date, you know, and he was bragging like that was a cool thing. And I said, well, in crypto, mate, that's fucking Tuesday. You know? What are you talking about, 25%?
Oh, look, I know, but once again, you can, and it doesn't produce a dividend, right? Gold. So a lot of the stockbrokers will or investment advisors mainly will can it because there's no dividend, there's no access to franking credits. The gold guys love it because it's a great spec. Or some of the advisors will say it's a great hedge against inflation. So even when I ran my financial planning company, we had a lot of our high net worth self-managed super fund investors would have maybe 5% exposure to gold and silver. And they used to hold real bullion down at the Perth Mint. But it's fabulous to see how the technology's moved, because on this W99 platform, we've got tokenized gold, silver, and platinum backed 1-to-1 with the ABC Bullion House in Sydney. And so the beauty of that, of course, is no storage costs. It's the same. The price is the same. Gold price is quoted everywhere in the world.
But it's liquid.
It's fully liquid, right? And
you can sell it. You don't have to go get your gold bar out of security, go up to a bloke and then hand it to him, get the cash, pay the transfer. I can literally, you can buy some of my tokenized gold now with a few clicks, you know?
That's exactly right. And it's such an exciting new Web3 insight into actually what a tokenized asset is. So the reality is you put $1,000 on our platform and buy gold tokens, that $1,000 holds gold in vault in Sydney with ABC Bullion House.
It's like you can get it sent to you.
No, well, you can if you want to. Yes. Our view is that if you have a bad dream one night and go, oh, the internet's going to get taken down by the bad guys, and then you can phone us, arrange for your bullion to be collected, and then we'll take you off the exchange. And so that's how we roll.
Well, that's the conversion between real world assets and virtual assets. Basically, it's a connection, because I
Yeah.
mean, like the tokenization narrative, I think is going to be like the I've forgotten what it's called. The other one that went through before. Well, anyways, like the tokenization of gold, silver, but also property, which is like, I think real world assets for property, gold, silver, just by themselves are going to be huge.
Yes.
Now I know that you know Julia. G'day, Julia. How you going? So this is tokenization of real estate. Now I like to get clients into this just through getting exposure to the real estate market. Now it might be, so for example, you're an 18-year-old guy or 25, 30 or whatever, and owning a home is probably pretty hard at this stage, especially with the market cycles or whatever. But you can actually have an investment in property. I like to do this, right? Say you got 10 grand, and you then can invest $2,000 in five different properties. So there's diversification in real estate as well, as opposed to, hey, I put a $10,000 deposit down to get myself a loan and in debt for the next 30 years on one particular property. You can actually instead invest in several different properties.
Fantastic. I think it's so exciting. All the commodities and all the primary asset classes will be tokenized, right? So the Singapore Stock Exchange run a parallel exchange. Hasn't gone live yet, but they've nearly finished tokenizing a whole stock exchange. And so ready for the assets to come on board, because they're not fully tokenized yet. So you've got to have tokenized assets before you can have a properly functioning exchange. And what Julia's doing here is just absolutely fantastic, because it's cutting edge, and it's democratizing assets that really the very wealthy have always had access to, because they could invest in big chunks. But now, as I often explain to people, because you can go to 8 zeros after the decimal point, and fractionalize your ownership of real world assets, then how exciting is that? Because it actually introduces a whole new investor class into the marketplace, which has to affect demand, which has to help appreciation of values. Okay, that's just logical. If you've all of a sudden got kids in Kenya, that have got on average about $25 worth of Aussie value in Bitcoin on their phones, and they can exchange them for half a pineapple at the local farmers market in Arusha in Tanzania, where I was recently. It is fabulous, because there's so many different layers to why this digital world is such a good thing. It's not just about making money. It's actually diversifying a technology across poorer socioeconomic areas that really does add value.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. And even the taking out liquidity on your property, like if you have, if anyone's got properties out there that you want to get some liquidity out of, we can help you do that as well. So basically, you can sort of do renovations and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, cool. So we've covered Ripple. Okay, we've done that. What else has the Bitcoin? Okay, the big B. I think we're at the bottom of the bear market. I think we're just pretty much going to be going up for the next 12, 18 months. Obviously, once again, I think that Bitcoin, without sounding like I'm repeating myself, is decoupling and not correlating as much with global financial news. I think it's actually an off asset now. Would you kind of agree with that? And did I sort of explain that correctly?
Yeah, look, I do agree. Most people understand what quantitative easing is, or printing of money, which has obviously increased inflation all over the world, which is an everyday reality for every single shopper. Especially in the West, what we call the Western world. And the antithesis of that is what the Bitcoin story is. There's only 21 million coins. There's about 19 million released. There's about 4 million lost. The rest won't be minted and allowed onto the market. I think.
Well, hang on, I do have to interrupt you. Doesn't Craig Wright have them other Bitcoins?
Sorry?
Craig Wright, doesn't he have the other Bitcoins? So let's throw that in there.
I know how. Yeah, what an interesting guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He's. I don't know what to make of him. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, but
no, good on you. Good on you. You stopped my train beautifully. You made me think. I like the way the industry sort of came in and supported that nonsense in London.
Yeah, 100%. Did you see the one where Richard Hart confronted him at the conference?
No, I didn't.
About being so yeah, look that up, people. It is epic. It is epic. Richard Hart is the inventor of Hex, which is, I think, a great cryptocurrency. But yeah, I think Bitcoin, like gold, is becoming an off-risk asset now. So as like the Fed are going to be putting up prices, like interest rates and bonds and sort of stuff, and like basically the dollar going down in value and all that, companies and individuals, etc., are looking at like to hedge against that. And I think Bitcoin has become that. It's almost that narrative, to beat inflation and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I do like the commentary from people like Michael Saylor and Cathy Wood from ARK Investments. I mean, clearly they've got vested interest, and clearly they have a real barrow to push because they're in the business. But the intelligence and the logic that they apply to justifying Bitcoin as an incredibly solid asset does make a lot of sense, and I won't be surprised, if it reaches the heady heights that they are suggesting, mainly because of its tiny percentage of the total investable assets at 1 trillion compared to, say, 450 trillion, purely because of the value that it offers, the stability that it offers, and it's the absolute opposite to printing of money, right?
Yeah, it's literally
There's a limit.
Austrian economics 101, mate.
Yeah, and you just can't get away from that. And so, if it just continues to grow slowly as people become more familiar, become more educated, the big end of town in Wall Street, and what probably China will do out of Hong Kong. What Wall Street are doing with the ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum will further put buying pressure on those asset classes and make them more mainstream, basically, in a lot of the funds. You can buy a gold ETF, or you can now buy a Bitcoin ETF. So exciting times ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And these ETFs and stuff like that the people talking about, and institutional investors piling into Bitcoin, into crypto, and like countries doing it and payment systems adopting it. This was all a pipe dream in 2016. This was all just a meme, But yeah, for everyone out there, Cathy Wood, Michael Saylor, follow them, on YouTube, Spotify or whatever. They really make a lot of sense. Okay, once again, we go into the payment rail of, so we've got PayPal.
Tell me a bit about this, because I haven't really followed PayPal. I should have. You're the expert here. Fill us in, Brandon.
Well, basically what they're doing is they're adopting crypto, like on the Solana network, for example, just to do cross-border payments and stuff like that. For a number of reasons. I mean, it's good that PayPal are doing it. I've already been doing it for years through different cards that I've got, where basically I can go into and buy a coffee and nominate Bitcoin on my wallet on my phone, and when I tap and go, it pays them in their currency. So it converts it from my Bitcoin or stablecoin or Ethereum, and it pays it in whatever currency that I'm in. So you don't need to use foreign exchange and all that sort of stuff. And instead of them like PayPal with money, so cross-border, it's great. Also, it's instant and it's recognizable. But the main thing is the fees. I mean, when you use an ATM, or swipe and go. I don't know what the fees are, but if you're using XRP, it'll be, a percentage of a cent, and it's instant. There's no
Yes.
reconciliation, that sort of stuff. So it's great that PayPal are getting onto it. They're not late, they're very, very early, but there are other stuff like crypto spend, for example. I've been using that forever, and I actually got paid reward points in XRP. Brilliant. So it's just, once again, it's sort of displaying that crypto is mainstream now. Whereas, 3 or 4 years ago, it was something for the darknet and for people who had neck beards sitting in the basement of their mum's house playing computer games. Now you're seeing institutions like PayPal that are getting involved. And speaking of institutions, the worst sort of industry in the world that enslaves humanity, banking. Right?
Can't get away from them.
Well, that's right. Chainlink. Chainlink, I've been heavily invested in Chainlink for many years. I love Chainlink. I think it's one of those coins that is not a meme coin. It's literally has utility. Now, the SWIFT network, which is what most banks use for cross-border settlements, like it takes 3 to 5 days and sometimes longer. And also they lose money, just things get lost in the SWIFT network. It was developed, I think, actually you might know. I think that the SWIFT network was developed in the 70s, something like that. So it's basically antique tech. So anyways, Chainlink are getting involved with ANZ, which for you international people over there is Australian New Zealand banking. Is that right? Australian New Zealand?
Yes, indeed.
Something like that. Either way, they suck because they're banks. Who cares? Well, hopefully we just won't need them anymore. But yeah, that's really bullish for Chainlink. So if anyone's out there thinking about investing in coins, if you don't own Chainlink, you should. XRP. Did you have a chance to have a listen to this one?
There was I know quite a few people that attended this conference. But just before you go on, just remember that Chainlink.
Yep. Oh, Jeff's gone. That was going to be the most important thing he's ever said too. He's like, wait a minute, make sure you never ever do this in life, and then he cuts away. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, well, there you go. I'll soldier on then. If he joins us, he will join us. Okay, had a lot of people, friends of mine and people I work with that were in this conference. I couldn't make it for that one in Singapore, but I will be in the one Melbourne and Sydney, I think in November. That's coming up. This is one of the best videos. Actually, Chan from Veald sent it through our Discord, our WhatsApp group, our private WhatsApp group. Yeah, Jeff, he's gone. He must not have paid his internet bill. Get onto it, Jeff. You're a financial advisor, mate. Get it together. So this is like, I only just listened to this about an hour before I went live doing this because I had a big list of things to get through. This was awesome. If you listen to anything about this year about understanding meme coins and how distribution goes and how ICOs are formed and how the distributions have, and then they sell and they rug pull. This is all the information that I've learned over the years and understanding how influencers push the price up all in 21 minutes. All right. And why you should be investing in other stuff. All right. Flying through. This is our website. I'll finish up now. This is our website. Oh mate, he's definitely gone. His laptop ran out of battery, who knows? Okay, these are the companies we're associated with. We do all these things: estate planning, tax, bookkeeping, one-on-one portfolio, you name it, we cover it. It's all on our services here. Check us out on our social media. I've included this in the link too. Sophie, I work closely with Sophie all the time. She's an absolute legend. They put on the Australian DeFi in Perth. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend that one, but we'll be having several people that did do the talks here coming on the channel soon, and also on my radio show. So yeah, check that out. and that's the Wealth 99. And also, just as a reminder, I think there's only 4 or 5 tickets left in this. So if you're around in November on a Monday in Perth, come and say hello, and yeah, we'll go through it. So that's in the description as well. All right, so I'll stop the screen share. Yep, so that's about it. If you have any questions, orangebrickroad.com.au, reach out to me. I do a 15 free minutes consultation over the phone. Have any issues on anything, just let us know. Other than that, thanks for joining us, Lisa. You're an absolute legend. And yeah, we'll talk soon. I'll leave it at that. I'm finished for the week, people. I'm done. All right, cheers.
Unlock the power of cryptocurrency with Orange Brick Road as your guide. The homepage provides an overview of our services, crypto education, consulting, trading, and more. Explore our comprehensive courses tailored for beginners to advanced crypto enthusiasts. Our team of experts offers personalized consulting across all aspects of crypto, including everything from how to purchase your very first crypto coin, the importance of security, reporting requirements, and the latest developments in the decentralized finance world. Join our thriving community, attend events, and at work with like-minded individuals. Stay up to date with our blog covering the latest crypto trends and analysis. Get started today by enrolling in a course or booking a consultation. Navigate the crypto world with confidence. Orange Brick Road, your path to understanding.